Multiple offer. If you've been listening to the news, you've probably heard these words a lot recently. Maybe you've been on the front lines trying to buy a home and have been beaten out, not once, but 2 or 3 times, and like some, even more. It's very, very frustrating. I should know, as our clients have missed out on 2 properties recently this past weekend. Well, there's good news. Don't give up. We're going to explore multiple offers in depth right after this. By the way, stick around to the end of this video for a free gift. There are many factors to consider when competing in a multiple offer situation, and it requires a realtor with skills and knowledge to help you navigate through it. You'd be surprised, but the purchase price is not the most important in many cases. Yes, an all-cash deal comes in, no subjects, seems like that'd be a winner. However, the buyer needs possession in 30 days, which in many cases is not doable, as the seller needs somewhere to go. Therefore, in this situation, the highest price will not win. There are many factors to consider when analyzing any offer these days. Number 1 is the property disclosure statement. This document's from the seller, who is disclosing to the buyer, to the best of their knowledge, the condition of the property. 2 is the title search. It not only provides who the owners are, but also lists any charges against the title, such as pending litigation, builder's liens, easements, rights of ways, and restrictive covenants are also posted on the title. Why do you think these are important? Well, let me tell you a story. A long time ago, I bought my very first home from a friend of mine who just got his license. My biggest thing on my wish list was that I wanted a double car garage or be able to build a garage. He never checked the title for easements or rights of ways, or even checked with the city. We find out after possession there's a 10-foot easement on the south side of the property. Therefore, building a garage is impossible. Talk about being upset. More recently, a family member listed their home with a realtor that sold them the home. Everything was going along smoothly until it comes time to sign all the conveyance documents, and it was discovered that there was a certificate of pending litigation, which is a CPL, registered against the property for a substantial amount, which obviously wasn't checked. The sellers were very upset. The wife was crying, the husband was irate. They thought they were going to lose the home they had just purchased using the proceeds of sale from the sale of their previous home. However, since I've experienced this situation, it was an easy fix. They used a notary, but I suggested to go get a lawyer, and all you had to do was put the money in trust, hold the funds until the issue was resolved, which it all was. The lawyer looked into it, and this CPL was registered and resolved a long time ago, but it wasn't registered on the title. The sellers could have avoided this by reviewing all of the notations on title. For reasons such as these, it is absolutely critical that you work with a realtor that you trust and know has a solid understanding of not only what's happening in the market, but also has a reasonable amount of experience so that you don't find yourself in a situation such as this. Having any kind of building experience goes a long way also. When someone is handling the biggest financial purchase of your life, you have to be able to put your full trust and faith in them and know they will be able to figure out how to help you if you get into a bind like this. Next, inspection. This has to be one of the biggest concerns when dealing with multiple offers. How do you buy anything if you can't see it? Nowadays, even cars have Carfax, which deals with every issue of the car since it was driven off the lot, a brand new vehicle. In many cases, if the home is still under the 2510 warranty, there isn't too much you have to worry about. However, if the home is older, there may be issues and ones that you cannot see. This is where a good home inspector comes in. In most cases, where there's multiple offers, the home gets listed on a Thursday with showings Saturday and Sunday. Offers are on Tuesday. Doesn't leave a lot of time for you to do a thorough inspection and make an informed decision. What do? You either bring along an inspector or you have an inspection clause in your offer. Many times you'll be competing against buyers who do not have an inspection clause, and in most cases your offer will not be considered. A pre-inspection, which is completed by the seller, is a great way to put all offers on a more even playing field. We, as our corporation, do this all the time. This way there aren't any surprises and gives the seller time to fix or address any issues. And probably the biggest one coming up is financing. This is definitely a big one. Have you heard the saying, get pre-approved, get pre-qualified? Well, this is one of the biggest issues for people buying a home, whether it's a single offer or a multiple offer. When you get pre-approved, unless a financial assessment is done, you do not know what amount you will get. Even after this detailed assessment, there's one item that is still not covered: the home you're buying. Yes, the lenders are concerned about the home you're buying as they are about your financial condition. In my very long career as a realtor, we have so many horror stories about financing and have even produced a few videos which you can find in the description below. Here's a horror story for you. Buyer has a friend who works for a big bank, and the buyer decides to get financing with his friend's big bank. By the way, this was not a multiple offer situation. Due to the current market scenario, the bank asked for 10 days to get the financing completed. Why would you think the bank would need all that time if the buyer was already pre-approved? It is only after the receipt of an accepted contract of purchase and sale will the bank do a complete underwriting of the file. Verify all of the buyer's financial information along with the property details. Why didn't they do this at the beginning? Well, great question. It costs the bank money to do a full underwriting and assessment, so they won't do it until you have an accepted offer. This way they know you're serious and you're not out shopping around. So back to the buyer. He writes an offer which gets accepted. 10 days later, on the day of sub-removal, the bank calls and asks for more clarification on a few documents. Well, this isn't going to happen, as it'll take a few days to get this information together. The bank says just get an extension to the financing. Well, unfortunately, there was a backup offer in place and the buyer wasn't able to remove his subjects. This all happened in December of 2020. Fast forward to February and March, and the real estate market's heating up and prices are going up also. The buyer ends up purchasing the same type of condo, but having to pay way more money, to the tune of about $35,000. What a shame. The buyer pulled all of his money and investments out of this bank. Would you blame him? We have on our team mortgage brokers that will do a complete financial assessment of your financial situation within 48 hours of receiving all financial information. And when you head out to purchase a new home, it is something you will be comfortable in, knowing that there will not be any issues with your financing. In this hot real estate market, you might be surprised to learn that not every home is selling over the asking price. Let's look at a number of detached homes sold in Vancouver's west side and compare to Vancouver's east side, just for the month of April. In Vancouver West, there was a total of 113 sales. Over the asking price, there was only 64. So therefore, under the list price, there was 49. That's 43%, which gives you a bigger chance to purchase something under the list price. Now, Vancouver East, in April, there was a total of 179 sales. Over the asking price, there was 116. At list price, there was 7, and under the list was 56. Therefore, that ratio is 31%. The numbers for condos and townhome sales are far greater than detached homes. In many cases, the sales price ratio is also far greater. So thanks for sticking around and watching this whole video, and as promised, we have a special gift. And these are 2 books that we've had written that deal with everything you need to know about buying a home or selling a home. Please email us at the link below and we'll get yours out to you ASAP. If you'd like detailed information from the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver or the Fraser Valley Board in any sub-area, please feel free to reach out by email, text, or call 604-418-7653. We'd be more than happy to help you out. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you like this video and would like to learn more about real estate, don't hesitate to click that subscribe button. And if you hit the like button, that just helps us to know that we're doing a good job. Thanks very much. Talk to you later. Bye for now.